Hargreaves, chance for Torquay. Chris Hargreaves, the captain. If he stays onside, Carlisle checks instead. He's looking for Benyon. Sills.
Welcome back to part two. We've got Alan with us. Alan, what an amazing story and effort you've done. Just take it away, Alan. Talk a bit about obviously your love for the football club and then go into your journey and what you've been doing. Obviously, all links are in the description for Alan's fundraiser. But yeah, Alan, take it away.
Okay, yeah. So my name's Alan Wills, just in case you don't know me. So I've basically been supporting the club probably about 38 years now. I worked out. I think my first game was the game before the Bryn game. Of course, it was the game against Crewe, Bryn the police dog. I actually grew up sort of in Torquay, and I went to Westland School right next to the ground. So I'd already seen Playmore every day for several years. Really, I saw sort of the club shop burn down and everything. Well, not actually physically, but I saw it in the morning. A charred mess, and my one of my mates used to live next to the Gull'S Lodge before it was actually built. So
Wow.
So yeah, so I've got a pretty good background of that. So I've been supporting Torquay all those years. There was a bit of a break, sort of when my daughter was growing up. I didn't really see that many games after we moved away, because we moved away in sort of '98 after we missed out on promotion in the Rodney Jack season. So I started to go to quite a few away games then. Mostly, we didn't go to that many home games, although we did go back to Torquay obviously fairly regularly. And probably about 6 years ago, I sort of lost my wife and started to get back into it again, really. So I'm sort of with the COVID season, I was watching every game on the stream, and after that, I was hooked again.
As we always spoke about before, it's very sorry to hear about your wife and that kind of side of it as well. What is like being part of the community of just a football club, but obviously Torquay United? How has that sort of helped you, and how important is football clubs to us, would you say?
Well, to be honest, I mean, after I lost my wife, it was kind of my lifeline, really, because I mean, I started reconnecting with a lot of my friends that I'd been to football with sort of many years ago. Used to go to quite a few away games and stuff like that. So I reconnected with those. I made lots of new friends, and it's just a great community, really. You know,
we love it. We love it. That's really
It's
special.
amazing, yeah.
What did you make of Jules Nixon's outfit last night?
Yeah, I've seen it before actually. He's worn that one before, but he certainly likes to make his mark, doesn't he? He's got his own style, fashion.
We love Jules. We love Jules.
Very individual. Very good.
Very good.
So going into your fundraiser, Alan, what an effort. I mean, I won't even go into how impressive and how I couldn't do it. But talk about the sort of the backstory of it, and then sort of how it came about, and then the journey, and and meeting the Bath manager at the end as well. All of that.
Yeah. So the idea came when the fixtures came out. So I was thinking about going to Bath last year, and sort of back in sort of '98 before we moved away. Myself and my late wife, we did a lot of the Kent and Avon Canal. So we stayed in Wiltshire, and then we did sort of various parts of the Kent and Avon Canal, and we actually went into Bath on one of the days, and then back again to where we parked the car. So I'd done that kind of stretch before, but not for a few years. So I knew it was kind of possible. So I thought, well, when the fixtures came out, Farnborough, which is quite close to where I live, it's actually where I work. I work in Farnborough. I can possibly plot a route off road. So I was trying to avoid any roads as far as possible. So unfortunately, it worked out to be the most tortuous route down to Bath. But yeah, so I took advantage of the Basingstoke Canal, the King Alfred's Way, which goes up to Reading, and then straight down the Kennet and Avon Canal from Reading. And then I had an email from Prostate Cancer UK that I'd donated to before, because my dad, my uncle, and my cousin had suffered from it in the past. So and there was a cycle of the month for August, so I kind of linked the two together and thought, why don't I raise a bit of money? and it's just absolutely blown up, really.
Yeah, no, it's been amazing. It's been so nice to see the whole Torquay United community get behind it. How many miles is it, Alan, that you've done?
So, I mean, the actual Just Giving page is a bit slow to update. I did about 15 miles today, so
Wow.
I've got up to 253 miles
Wow.
this month. I've got about 10 days left, I think.
Incredible.
My original target was 200.
Wow, incredible.
Smashing it.
And
Incredible.
the fundraising perhaps gone better than you hoped at the start. Your target was lowish, wasn't it?
What, you mean my fundraising target?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely amazing. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't. I've raised money before for various things like sort of open water swims and sort of half marathons and stuff, and I haven't got anywhere near. I mean, it's sort of in the region of like £200 or £300 that I've raised.
Wow.
So I thought that's quite a realistic sort of total. But it's basically sort of I think 5 times that.
Yeah.
So it's just
amazing. That's incredible. That's incredible, and I think that speaks so highly of just people, yourself, and then the Torquay United sort of, and the footballing community as well. So obviously at Farnborough you had interviews, and then at Bath you met the manager. Farnborough, how was you sort of received when you got there? And obviously big thanks to our friends at the All Things Borough podcast as well. We got a bit of media work up there, didn't you?
I did, yeah, that's right. Yeah, so I turned into a TV pundit, but wasn't expecting.
You did very well, Alan. You did very well.
Yeah, you can replace us anytime.
Yeah, so basically, it was all, I guess, organised by Steve Baker, because after I sent out the sort of Just Giving link, he contacted me and said, I think what you're doing is really good. Do you want 2 free tickets to the game? So I started chatting to him on Twitter, and he said, come and meet me in the bar after the game. So when I went to the game, I had to go meet him, and bumped into the Borough podcast people down in the lower bar, and they took me up there and incorporated me as part of the interview with the assistant manager. So
yeah, it's amazing. It's brilliant. I think that's the very least you deserve, really. And then at Bath, how did it come about meeting the manager?
Well, it was I'd arrived in Bath. I just stopped for a coffee, and I thought, I'll go up the club to basically complete my journey. So I went up there, and I thought I'll just get somebody to take a picture of me with my bike outside the ground. And I saw this lady, and I said, "Can you take my picture?" But she was like sort of trying to sell her car or something. She was with We Buy Any Car or something. So she didn't know anything about the football club or anything. So she said, "It's not very good background here. Should we go around the other side?" And outside was a couple of people, which we were sort of asked whether they were club officials, and whether we could get into the ground to take a few photos, and whether they could take a photo of us. And I only found out when I got in the ground that it was actually the manager. So I didn't recognise him. I didn't know who he was, but he was good as gold. He was absolutely brilliant.
It's a good bloke.
So,
good bloke.
Yeah. So I had a few photos. I said, "Can I put my Torquay shirt on?" He said, "Well, if you must." Yeah. Had a few chats about the Bath players sort of going to Torquay and everything. He was fine with that. He was kind of expected it, really, I think.
Got money for it, didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh, such a coat. So
yeah.
Alan, can I just ask? So you say you've still got 10 days left of this challenge?
Yes, that's right.
So how far do you think you can get? How many more miles do you reckon you can rack up before the end of the month?
Well, I mean, my new target really is kind of around about 300. I think I can probably do another 50 in those 10 days. I mean, I do cycle. I guess it's about 7 or 8K a day. What's that? About 5 miles or something.
Mm-hmm.
Just to and from the train station on my commute. So that'll soon rack up, and I can do a few cycles at the weekend on a Sunday. And
that's great. Yeah, that's great.
For anybody who's not been listening, Al, how can people donate?
So probably the easiest way, because I mean it's quite a long URL, but you can go on the justgiving.com and just search my name, Alan Wills, and it should come up.
Perfect. We'll also put the links in the YouTube video and on the Twitter when this episode comes out as well. But yeah, go to Just Giving. And that is an amazing fundraiser. What an incredible effort. I'll tell you what we're asking you then. Go if you've got anything else to add. Dorking, what do you think about Torquay v Dorking then, Alan?
Well, I think it's definitely the hardest game of the season so far. I mean, to be honest, I think at Farnborough we were better than lucky to come away with a loss. I think we probably deserved the draw up there, and I think we've been playing well. I think better than expected, really, with a brand new team this season so far. I think Dorking, because they've got a lot of players that are already gelled and
now, aren't they?
Already know each other from last season. I think it's going to be a big ask, but I think if we can get a good start, then
it'd be important. It's going to be a really big occasion, actually, isn't it? It's going to be a really interesting game of football.
It is, yeah. I mean, I mean, all of the games we've had a great following. I mean, I think 675 last night.
Amazing, absolutely amazing.
Must have been similar at Farnborough, probably slightly less, but there was certainly a good crowd there from Torquay, all interspersed throughout the ground. But I mean, I think we'll probably be knocking on the door of 3,000, if not more, I would say.
Hope so. Let's hope so. Yeah, no, it'd be interesting to see how many they bring down as well. But I think the whole day, I'm so excited for it. So excited. You just feel like wins now, and this game's like they feel so much more now because like it's a win towards the club going in the right direction, rather than just a win that kind of papers over cracks for where the football club is actually going. I think you really celebrate the wins even more, if that makes sense.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I think it's just really. I mean, it's really great to still have a club. I mean, and I was quite. It was quite good. I managed to meet some of the Bryn Consortium at Bath, and they couldn't have been nicer. And I think and Michael was going around the crowd and sort of taking ideas, and he was just being very proactive and
that's what it is. Yeah,
getting involved with all the fans.
Yes, and that's what you want. They're listening to us for ideas, like all of us. We all can message, we all can sort of think of ideas, and talk are doing that sort of thing already. And it kind of just as individuals and as people, that's what the football club is. It's one big effort, as we said in part one. It's one big effort. They're doing that part amazingly. We can help. We all feel part of it. That means we all can give that extra 10% to the players on the game. But yeah, we will need it against Dorking. But it'd be really interesting, really interesting. Clive, what do you think about the Dorking game?
Yeah, it's going to be a tough match. They're well organised. They've kept their players by and large. Mark White was bullish, surprise, when we spoke to him, wasn't he? But I think that's right. They won their first two games. They drew with sort of fellow favourites, Boreham Wood, 2-2 last night.
A very interesting game last night, wasn't it?
They'll take all the beating. I never want to say, I'd be happy with a point from a home game, but it certainly wouldn't be a disaster. A good occasion, really. I mean, in this league this season, that's as big a game as we're going to get, really. So I hope we do get a decent crowd again. And yeah, who knows?
It's all about who manages the game, isn't it? Because they're going to be very, very attacking team. We've got to manage.
I suppose if I've got my positive hat on, we're not playing Real Madrid here, are we? It's Dorking,
and we're still a good team. Yeah,
we can if we give a good account of ourselves,
we can win.
If we get a couple of decisions from the referee, which hasn't actually been prevalent so far, I don't think. I think we've had the rough end of all three so far. Who knows? But yeah, good occasion. Bit of a. I don't know if it's a litmus test or not, really, because there's some very winnable games in the fixture list after that. But yeah, really looking forward to the day more than I have done for a long time.
I'm totally with you. Right, so going to Kelly's corner now. Before we ask summaries out the question we've asked, we've actually got a few voice notes. We're very professional.
We do. So before we go properly into Kelly's corner. So if you aren't aware already, we've just uploaded our latest video for the It's All Gone South podcast. We've had Rich from Bunch of Amateurs, of course, who follows Dorking Wanderers as part of their series, as well as a host of all other great non-league content, which I highly recommend that you subscribe to if you haven't watched it already. It's brilliant. and he's sent a little voice note, just something for the weekend. So I'll quickly play that now.
Hey guys, Dorking have had a very interesting start to the season. I think the opening game of the season was kind of as expected. I think Truro were very much up for it for their home game of the season, their first home game at their new stadium. And then, of course, the kit clash kind of messed things up a little bit. But then Dorking played really, really well against Chippenham. Probably should have won by more. And then we had a game last night against Boreham Wood, and they were very, very good. They were extremely well organised, had an amazing front three. It's a bit of a wake-up call for Dorking, who know that they've got a lot of work to do if they're going to be in amongst the top end of the table this season, as they plan to be. So I would hate to predict anything for Saturday because I'm terrible at that. I just hope that we get as good a game as we saw last night, because it was very exciting. I think we're already looking forward to it. So I'll see you down there.
That's Rich. Thank you, Rich,
And
for
we've
sending
got
in
a
that voice
second
note.
one. I wonder
Yes.
who this could be from.
Yes, another Dorking representative. Have a listen, Yellow Army.
Be good, mate. Yeah, listen, not one for predictions when it comes to the serious stuff. Feel free to quote me. I just think that it's that stage of the season, the first 10 or 12 games. Everybody's still in the hunt. There's no hearts broken yet. There's no fractures in management teams. So the first bunch of games, always a close affair. Results normally are all over the place. And I'm sure that this Saturday will be no different. So we're just looking forward to coming down to such an iconic venue and seeing the fans again down there, where we had a good bit of fun last time.
Mark
Amazing.
White,
There we
ladies
are,
and
Mark
gentlemen.
White.
Thank
Oh,
you
is
so
that
much,
who it
Mark,
was?
as well.
Is that who it was?
A very level-headed Mark White, I think, Clive, you said. Look, I think it's
Annoyingly
thanks, guys, for that.
diplomatic. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hasn't
But
given us
no,
any
brilliant,
headlines
brilliant.
there, has he?
Yeah. But no, brilliant. Thanks to both of them for providing that for our episode tonight. It's greatly appreciated. And looking forward to the weekend. Should be a really good game. Into the corner, shall we?
Yes,
before we
the first
finish.
Kelly's corner of the
Perfect.
season to
That's
end
Kelly's
this
corner
week.
of the season. So we asked this week, which player has impressed you the most and why? Alan, I'll throw it to you first, mate. Have you any that stick to mind?
I think it's got to be James Hammond or Heyman,
Yeah.
to be honest. The goalkeeper. He's made. I think he's surprised a lot of people by his the fact he's been pretty solid in goal.
So solid,
I
hasn't he?
agree with
And
that.
has been like a
Yeah.
decent National League South keeper. He has been
Definitely,
more
yeah.
of a lead-in or even National League. You know, we all thought, yeah, he'd be a decent keeper at this division. No, he is the leader. Totally with you on that one.
When are we going to work out how to say this guy's name?
No.
My mum's maiden name was Heyman, but that had a Y in it. So I'm going to nail my colours to the Hammond mast.
I keep meaning to say Hammond. I keep meaning to
but
say
I
Hammond.
think-
Sorry. I'm still going with
Okay.
Hammond. I think it should be Hammond. I've been saying it because Heyman
Right.
is Hay. Ham-un. Right. Oh.
Either
How's
way,
this-
he's a good goalkeeper.
Either way, he's a very good
Brilliant
keeper. So
goalkeeper.
I'm with you on that one, Alan. He has been impressed me. I think as a
Yes,
general, if I had to say two others, I would say Carson has impressed me a lot. And I'm going to say four. I would have to say now, Dreyer or Dyer, them four. But if I had to say three, I'd be like Heyman, Dreyer, and Dyer have been the main three so far for me. Alan, the other two?
Oscar Threlkeld has some good
Oh,
games.
so many.
To
so
be honest,
many.
I think he had a couple of good games. I think against Farnborough he was good, and he was good again last night.
Cody
Yeah.
Cook for me. I think Cody Cook is 7 or 8 out of 10 every week. I think he knows exactly what he's doing, leading the line. Feel a little bit sorry for Jaden Crosby actually, because I think Cook is absolutely inked in on that team sheet now, because it's him and one other up front. Good target man.
Right target man.
Some punishment at Farnborough, just keeps going. Knows how to use his body, and I think he's decent. I'm not sure he's going to be prolific, but you know we've got other lads who are supposed to do that. So
no, totally with you. Goals will come from everywhere, won't they? So I think between them, it's like when we used to do the power rankings. Actually, I could name 10 players, and that's a good sign. The last few years, you're even struggling to make 3. And I think I don't look at any of our players and think you've not performed yet. So yeah, totally with
Yeah.
that.
And nobody's
those names-
mentioned the Moose, for goodness sake.
And
Moose
he's
a
been
couple
great
of
as well in that
this league.
first
I'm
game.
surprised he
Yeah.
didn't go on last night, to be honest. I think, I mean, I think Hassani had a good game.
Mm.
I think he's been quite impressive the last couple of games. But yeah, I was surprised that he didn't come on.
Paul Watton dropped him on his birthday.
I know.
The man's got a heart of
But
stone.
we had all the flags and everything.
But
Burundi flag.
this is why
We
we're going to
did.
be winning games.
Well,
Right,
I'll
Tom,
get
what
it-
does the Yellow Army think?
Well, a lot of names do pop up that you guys have mentioned. Once again, thank you, Yellow Army, for all of your replies this week. So Craig Hughes says, to be honest, there are a few players that could be standout so far, but I'm going to go with James Heyman, just because it's nice to see a
Heyman.
commanding and vocal goalkeeper at the club. Defenses will feel more confident with a more assertive goalkeeper at the back. Absolutely agree with that 100%, Craig. Harry Locke says Carson has been fantastic down the left-hand side and Hammond between the sticks. The one player who has been solid, if not spectacular, is Tonks. Nothing too flash or trying to overplay it, rarely looks out of position and has the pace to make up for any positional errors. We'd like to see the midfield just calm down a bit and try not to overplay. Feels like they're getting caught out with silly mistakes that a better team would have punished us for last night. So thank you very much for
Tonks
that.
is a
And then
good
on
player.
to
I do agree. Tonks is good. He's
Yeah.
versatile. It's a difficult, really difficult position, that wing back midfield, or whatever you want to call it. To get it just where you're like in terms of defensive attacking. I think he's done quite a little bit, and that penalty was a little bit naive and young, you could say. But yeah, no, I do like him. And I also special mention actually Finley Krask. A few people were like, why are we re-signing him? I thought he was really, really good last night for a player that hasn't played any, didn't play any preseason, did he? Apart from the Buckland friendly. So yeah, really solid 70 minutes from him last night. I thought we looked really secure with him on the pitch, and that's a huge positive. Yeah, any more, Tom?
Yep, just a few on Twitter or X. So Mark Lewis says quite a few actually. Drea, Hassani, Cook, and Carson are the standouts. Hammond has already won us a few points with crucial saves so far. Rachel says Matty Carson, quality in pre-season and carried his form through the season, maturity beyond his years. Off the Line blog says Sam Drea is his favourite. He's been a colossus so far, but Matt Carson has surprised him the most. What a find he's proven to be so far. Sometimes going from youth football to first team football can be a difficult one, but not for Carson, a sensational left back.
Totally
We've
spot
got-
on.
Yeah.
Totally agree on that. Valid point.
Ollie says, I thought Ed Palmer was man of the match along with Carson, who both played parts in the build-up play and goals last night. But on the whole, every player put their body on the line for Torquay United. So based off last
Can I just
night.
quickly interject there, actually. Ed Palmer, it's a really good point. I made a point last night in one of the Torquay chats that he would have started last season every game, and yet he's a backup. Like that's how why this squad's well built. And what a backup he is, and he will probably play quite a lot of games because you're not going to have a fit back three all the time. But he's a really solid player and great at it. And what a moment! I think we've actually skipped over. Academy at 16, coming back, scoring. On it's his full debut, isn't it? So love that for him. Absolutely
Really
love that. Carry on, Tom.
3 more to go. So Gull'S 1899 says Matt Carson. Knew the least about him than most of the other players we've signed, but he's been really impressed with his ability as a left wing back. Gets forward a lot to provide attacking threat, puts in good crosses, comfortably defensively, and has a great tackle on him. We've got Lee Cross, who says Hammond has been awesome, and Dre at centre back. Midfield need to work harder in training, as I get the passing was poor at Farnborough and Bath. So many times they've passed it out to the opposition. However, he's 100% behind Paul to sort the issues out. 3 games with a new team and 6 points. And finally, Joe says Matt Carson looks like he'll get plenty of assists this season from left wing back. So Carson seems to be what the Yellow Army have posted in is the standout so far. Thank you once again to everyone who's contributed this week, and plenty more to come hopefully for the season. Basic the 3 I've got in my head, you've got to go with James Hammond in goal. And I know he had a couple of difficult moments, but Sam Drea's he impressed me for the Enfield game at home. He had a couple of moments, I think, last night where he got a little bit caught on the ball behind him, but he made a superb challenge for the Enfield game, didn't he, at the start? He's just brilliant. And Matt Carson's he's really impressed. He's really stood out so far. But what's great is there's just so many other players out there that we've got.
Bolston, we haven't mentioned him.
Exactly.
He's so solid.
We've got strength in numbers this year, which is unbelievable. I mean, last season we were struggling to get 5 on the bench, let alone make 5 subs in a game. So I think it's credit to Paul, and more reason for, we need to manage expectations, but be excited that the potential we've got. But it is going to take time, Yellow Army, and we're going to have these games where we're going to have to battle, and it might not work for a game or two, but trust in the process. We'll get there, I'm sure.
Look at every team in the league and vision Torquay losing to them, and then get over the fact we might lose these games. We might win the league and we'll still lose to this. You know what I mean? Like, my point is, we will lose games. This any team, we have to lose this. We're Torquay United. It's a disgrace to lose to Truro. Yeah, I understand that kind of thing. We're Torquay United can't, but we are a National League South club. We have to respect that. It's a 46-game league calendar. There's going to be losses. It's going to be very frustrating, but we can't be too much into that. And just, games come fast, and just stick behind it and trust the process, as they all say now. So yeah, I'm with that. I'm totally right. As soon as we and what Wootton's doing, we're not sat here disrespecting the league at all. We're really, he knows the league better than anyone. We're from his Truro days. We're really here, and we know, but we also understand the occasion that people will play out a bit differently up against Torquay, and that's absolutely fine. It's almost like praise for us, isn't it, in a way? So that's brilliant, Alan. An amazing debut. We'd love to have you back at some point.
Thank you very much for inviting me on.
Do you have a score prediction, Alan?
Oh,
for the weekend?
Scores, yeah.
Score prediction. Well, I think we mentioned a draw, haven't we? I think, but I'm always optimistic, so I reckon 2-1 to Torquay.
Nice, Clive.
No, we're not getting anything on Saturday. 2-0 Dorking.
Cool, Tom.
I'm going to go with a very high scoring 3-2 Torquay.
I'm going for a repeat of a 3-0. I know I don't see a Torquay team having many 3-0s this season, but I just think Dorking can cause an imbalance where you attack and defend a lot more than you need to. And that's what's important. We almost still play to our game whilst adapting to theirs, which Paul Wootton, I'm sure, will get to hang of.
So, Mark White, if you're watching this, do not contact me on Saturday if you do win. Leave me alone. You'll be blocked.
Contact me if you like. I don't care.
There we are. And if for those that, I haven't really mentioned much actually. I am actually making my BBC Radio Devon summarising debut on Saturday. Yeah, so I'm summarising.
Get that quiet.
Yeah, I have a little bit. Yeah, so
off the air in 5 minutes.
Yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Supposed to swear, Sam.
No, I know. I'm pretty good on these. So I'm really looking forward to it. I really want to always not so much be a commentator. I want to summarise some games since I was like a kid. And obviously I will try and be neutral as possible for the Dorking fans listening as well. So I'm going to be there painting pictures, hopefully, of what's going on, so that people cannot make it to Playmore. And hopefully I'll be invited back again afterwards. But if not, I'm going to have a great time and a lovely view. So enjoy that for those who can't make it. So there we are.
Good luck, Sam.
Good
luck,
mate.
Yeah.
Thank you. I've done my research. I know about Dorking already, don't I? So as the running joke is. So there we are.
Sorry to drag the mood down a little bit. I want to talk about football hooliganism because there was an incident after the game on Saturday, and I've read stories about a possible incident in Bath last night as well. The last time we were doing well in this league, we did attract a few idiots, to be honest, who don't do themselves or the town or the club any favours by behaving like thugs. We don't want it. Get out of the club. If you can behave, brilliant. If not, on your bike.
No, I'm totally with that. I mean, the quote annoys me sometimes is, they're not real Torquay fans, but they are, because every fan base has them, I'm afraid. So you're representing all of us, everyone is representing the football club, and go along to the games, enjoy it. I was going to say Neil Warnock quote then, but literally enjoy it by being disciplined. Like, honestly, I stopped myself saying it when going to it. It's not funny. Like, you grow up and look back at it and you think, we all do things we look back at. I make
be more videos. Like Alan, everyone. Be more like Alan.
Be more
go to the game.
Absolutely.
Have a nice time. Have a few pints.
Yeah. I agree. But yeah, that's a very good point, Clive. Well done for bringing that. It's not bringing the mood down at all. I think we're promoting things before, but it's not big. It's not clever, is it? So Green Street just it doesn't exist. You know, like you watch it once and you don't have to be part of it. So but yeah, that's our thing. I totally agree. We need to make sure we're keeping that community for everyone. We need to make it a safe place for everyone, all inclusive to everyone of all sort of race, genders, everything, and everyone. Everyone wants to feel safe at a football game. So don't be a idiot.
Last bit from me.
Yeah.
Just take a minute and think, right? Because when we nearly went out of business a few months ago, everybody in the country had a little soft spot for Torquay United. It was nice, okay?
Yeah.
Not everybody's going to love us now. When you're competing, you're gonna have rivalries with people, but just don't be dicks, all right?
Yeah, I agree.
It's nice to be nice, It's
It is nice.
This
It's
football
free
club
and it's easy.
has a good name,
And
and
you
we
get
don't want it
dopamine.
dragged through the mud. Thank you very much.
I agree. So there we are. We've had a lesson for us all. There's a range. I totally agree with you, Clive. Well done for bringing that up. So thank you for watching and all the support, as I was saying. And we'll see you next week.
Here's Hargreaves, chance for Torquay. Chris Hargreaves, the captain. If he stays onside, Carlisle checks instead. He's looking for Bangor. Sells!